I had become what was told to me to be the most evil thing in existence.
6 joints, 300 million stem cells in my joints. Nothing had ever been done like this before. This is morning when I wake up, and this is lunch, 11 a.m.
I think the Blueprint Stack is the most nutritious food program in history. Your body is going to love it. If we could build a high bandwidth brain interface and connect ourselves with AI, we'd be able to evolve ourselves with much greater accuracy and do so in a methodical way.
I hope to break your brain.
Bryan Johnson, a famous tech entrepreneur turned biohacker, has been making headlines which continue to fuel his controversial persona. But can Bryan Johnson's radical methods reverse aging, or are they just a dangerous experiment? Let's start by breaking down Bryan Johnson's Project Blueprint. It's what he calls his meticulously designed anti-aging regimen. His first element, diet. It's largely plant-based, featuring meals like super greens. These include boiled broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, and garlic, and last but not least, nutty pudding, a mix of chia seeds, macadamia nuts, and berries. These meals are designed to be nutrient-dense, promoting optimal diet for longevity. The second element is his exercise routine. It combines cardiovascular activities and resistance training to improve overall fitness. His exercise routine aims to boost his maximal rate of oxygen consumption, or VO2, during physical activity and muscle strength. And the final element, supplements. He uses over 100 supplements and drugs daily. You can see them on screen. The thing to note here is several of his supplementation choices could raise some eyebrows. These include rapamycin, metformin, and nicotinamide riboside, or NR. Rapamycin is an immunosuppressant used to prevent organ transplant rejection, but Johnson uses rapamycin for its supposed anti-aging benefit. Metformin, on the other hand, is a diabetes drug that improves insulin sensitivity and is proposed to reduce inflammation. Like rapamycin, metformin is a prescription medication that Johnson includes in his daily regimen. He doesn't have any type of diabetes, yet he pops metformin like it were casual supplement pills. Finally, nicotinamide riboside is a form of vitamin B3 that is reported to increase levels of NAD+, a molecule involved in cellular metabolism and aging. Johnson's regimen is based on some scientific studies with conflicting evidence, thus experts are divided. Dr. Andrew Steele points out that many of these supplements have not been conclusively proven to extend human lifespan. For instance, while animal studies on rapamycin and metformin show potential, there's insufficient evidence to confirm similar benefits in humans.
If I was 45 like Bryan, I think I'd probably wait for some of the scientific evidence to come in. For example, with metformin, there's a huge randomized trial called TAME, which hopefully is going to finally get underway soon. So given that we're going to potentially have the answer within 5 years, I think I'd definitely sit and wait rather than taking it now speculatively. And this is doubly true of rapamycin, a drug that we know is incredibly effective at slowing down the aging process in mice, and we just don't know how effective it's going to be in people yet.
Similarly, the use of nicotinamide riboside to boost NAD+ levels has shown some promise in improving metabolic health and potentially reducing the risk of age-related diseases, but large-scale human trials are still needed. Another critic of practices such as Johnson's Project Blueprint, Dr. Moshe Syzyf, emphasizes the importance of evidence-based approach. He cautions that much of Johnson's approach is still experimental and lacks the robust scientific backing required for widespread recommendation. Dr. Syzyf warns that without rigorous clinical trials, the long-term safety and efficacy of such a comprehensive supplement regimen remains uncertain. Johnson's Project Blueprint costs him around $2 million annually, which is far beyond the reach of the average person. Even the more affordable version he offers to the public costs a staggering $333 a month. Additionally, the regimen's complexity and the sheer number of supplements make it impractical for most people to follow. This raises questions about the feasibility and sustainability of such an intensive approach to longevity for the general population. Now, let's dive into one of the most controversial aspects of Bryan Johnson's anti-aging regimen, his use of young blood transfusions. The theoretical basis behind this is that young blood contains factors that can rejuvenate aging tissues and organs of an older recipient. He's not only received plasma from young donors, but has also engaged in blood swapping with his son, Talmage. The process involves extracting a liter of blood from his son, separating plasma from red and white blood cells and platelets, and then transfusing it into his own bloodstream. Scientific studies on young blood transfusions offer a mixed picture. For instance, some studies indicate that young blood can help rejuvenate brain function and improve cognitive abilities in aged mice. These findings may suggest that young blood contains factors that can reverse some aspects of aging at the cellular level. However, translating these findings from mice to humans presents significant challenges. Critics like Dr. Andrew Steele argue that while these animal studies are promising, there's insufficient evidence to support the efficacy of young blood transfusions in humans. The FDA has issued strong warnings against the use of young donor plasma for anti-aging purposes, citing significant public health concerns. According to an official statement, there's no proven clinical benefit of young plasma infusions for treating or preventing age-related conditions. The FDA also highlights the potential risks, including allergic reactions, transfusion-related injuries, and infectious disease transmission. Additionally, the ethical implications of using one's own child as a blood donor may raise serious questions. Critics might argue that this practice exploits vulnerable individuals and may involve undue pressure on the donors. To be fair, Bryan Johnson has discontinued the blood transfusions taken from his son, although he did not disinherit the idea of such practices and their questionable benefits to older populations. Well then, how about the ethical and social implications of Bryan Johnson's extreme anti-aging measures? The public reaction to Johnson's use of young blood transfusions has been largely negative. Many view it as an extreme and ethically dubious approach to combating aging. The practice has been labeled as a modern-day version of vampirism, drawing sharp criticism from both the medical community and the general public. The FDA stance, therefore, further underscores the controversial nature of these treatments, warning consumers against seeking such unproven therapies outside of regulated clinical trials. Andrew Steele highlights this issue, pointing out the apparent contradiction in Johnson's approach.
You know, as I said, this guy's worth probably $400 million is the guess. And yet, he's got Amazon affiliate links on his website. Like a lot of the things are, so that's obviously a link. You click on it, you go and buy something on Amazon. He gets a tiny percentage of the cut of, you know, what this product is sold for. And then he's also got a lot of like affiliates with other specific companies. So he'll be like, oh, I'm recommending this particular supplement. Use the, you know, code Blueprint20 for 20% off at checkout. And again, you know, we're all familiar with how this works in the world of podcasts, in the world of YouTube.
Steele criticizes this practice, questioning the ethicality of promoting unproven treatments for financial gain, especially from someone who claims to be conducting a grand experiment for humanity's benefit. Then he asks, if Johnson has that kind of money and he really cares about the longevity of the human race, he should probably invest into some clinical trials rather than engage in pesky affiliate marketing. Lastly, there is this. Johnson writes on X, expectations are important. What I share on first dates. You sleep alone, no small talk, really don't care. Must give plasma. You're not my top one priority. Daily schedules, routines, and workouts that encompass not only your own self, but even those potentially around you. First date expectations, really? Is it not safe to assume that if you're Bryan Johnson and you go by daily brandishing your don't die philosophy, you would like to enjoy eternal life a little bit more? Or is your vision for never-ending life is all of the human race suddenly eating dinner at 11 a.m. and engaging only in scheduled sex? Bryan Johnson's method, being as they are, can be perceived as ambitious. However, they are fraught with ethical, social, and commercial concerns that cannot be ignored. It is crucial to approach these practices with a critical eye and consider their broader implications on society and healthcare. And here we have it. If you found this video insightful, make sure to subscribe to the Health News channel for more in-depth analysis. Check out our top videos on the top David Sinclair and Andrew Huberman controversies linked below. Thanks for watching.